like we're live. If you are joining us today, let us know your name and where you're from. And let's see, it's November. Do you have any family Thanksgiving traditions? I thought about asking the question, are you pro Christmas music now already or wait till after Thanksgiving? But I didn't want to start some kind of war. Melanie is from St. Pete, Florida. Welcome, Melanie. And do you have any Thanksgiving Day traditions or Thanksgiving weekend traditions? It could be Black Friday shopping, it could be putting up the tree. Holiday music now. Oh, we're going to start the war right off the bat. All right, cool. I always used to be very vehemently like, no Christmas decorations, no Christmas music, no snow until after Thanksgiving Day. And now I've got four little kids, and they are so excited about Christmas. They just can't wait to put up the tree and go sledding and spend time with family. Their cousins come in from out of state. And so now I'm like, all right, we can get in the Christmas mood a little earlier. On my drive into work yesterday, I was scrolling through radio stations and found one that was playing Christmas music, and I was like, all right, this isn't too out of place. So, who else is joining us? I can see that there's seven. Tell us your name and where you're from, and if you have any Thanksgiving traditions. And because we've started the war, are you playing Christmas music now already, or are you adamantly against it until after Thanksgiving? Family gets together. Love Black Friday online and Cyber Monday. Yes. It's funny. I feel old, but when I was a kid, Cyber Monday wasn't a thing. Like there was no internet when I was little. I'm sure there was internet, but my word, we didn't get a computer in our house when I was in middle school. Sylvia from MA, Massachusetts. We have so many M states. I'm pretty sure MA is Massachusetts. MN is Minnesota. MI is, oh shoot, is that Michigan or Missouri? Missouri is MS. Nope, that's Mississippi. Pretty sure MA is Massachusetts. I need to go back to high school geography class. Hi from Southwest Virginia. Nice. Kentra from Michigan. Uh, Virginia is probably pretty nice. I'm sure Florida is pretty nice. I had to scrape frost off my windshield for the first time this morning. Walked out and it was 27 degrees. Yes. Massachusetts. Oh, good. Got it right. I'm totally embarrassing myself over here. No Christmas before Thanksgiving. All right. We were having this discussion in the lunchroom today, and there's one lady here at work. She puts up, I forget, somebody was joking and said 36, but I think she said 28 trees around. They have an old farmhouse, and she does this open house thing. So she's starting it this week already. I thought that was pretty cool. Chicagoland. Dr. Kim Martin. I'm guessing Kim from Chicagoland. Awesome. Awesome. Any other Thanksgiving Day, Thanksgiving weekend traditions? We're going to wait a couple more minutes. It's exactly 2 o'clock on the hour, so we'll give it a couple more minutes for anyone wanting to join us. Any Thanksgiving traditions could be like our family does a Thanksgiving parade. It's, what do they call it? Holiday Spirit Parade, I think it is. And that's the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. And then one of the local churches on the parade route does free hot cocoa and cookies for anyone. So that's really cool. So our family goes, so we watch the parade. Some of it is like turkeys and like Thanksgiving stuff, but a lot of it is Christmas. Some of them hand out candy, some of them hand out pencils. It's fun. The kids love it. And then Thanksgiving Day is at my mother and father-in-law's house. And then Black Friday, we don't typically do anything. There's some Black Friday shopping once in a while. And then Saturday, we usually hang out as a family and hit like thrift stores because that's when they put out their Christmas stuff. So we love thrifting. We love reusing, repurposing old things. Christmas for us is November 1st until Thanksgiving, and then the day after Thanksgiving until New Year's. Nice. Hello from Pennsylvania. Very nice. Any other fun Thanksgiving traditions? And I realize that there might be a bit of a lag with this video. Um, so I try to wait a minute or two because last time I did a live, my aunt-in-law was at our house and I had completely finished the live. I had packed up most of the stuff and I came upstairs and the video was just ending. She had a 7-minute lag with the video. So I try to wait a little bit to make sure that all questions are answered and people get their answers in and things like that. Hi from Arkansas. I love that this community with Simply Earth is from all over the place. It's so great. Lots of places on my bucket list to travel. I don't get to travel as often as I'd like. Never been to Arkansas, never been to Pennsylvania or Massachusetts or Southwest Virginia. I was in part of Virginia, whichever part is closest to Washington, D.C. I spent a night in that like side of, technically we were in Virginia. All right, we're 3 minutes after, so I think pretty much everyone who's hopping on is probably here already. So my name is Tessa from Simply Earth. I actually get to be in the office today. It's really nice. Normally I do these lives from my house. I'm actually in the office today, so that's really fun. It's great to be here with all of my coworkers in person and talk about holiday things and talk about new product launches. Lots of fun stuff happening in the office this week. I've been here since Monday, and it has been a very full, very exhausting, but very rewarding week. So things coming up that you should know about: the recipe box. We did a recipe box party, and it was super fun. We have some super cool new things coming that are going to be launched and some really good recipes coming up. We tested some recipes, had some great feedback. So that was super fun. So if you're not subscribed to our monthly recipe box, you need to subscribe. You get 4 full-size oils every month, a bunch of extras, and you get 6 recipes with the recipe cards and the labels and everything. So very similar to the DIY kits, but DIY kits, you only get 1 recipe. You can make like full-size ones and multiples. Like we're gonna make multiple bath salts today. But the recipe box is a really great way to just like try a nice variety of things. And you get 4 full-size oils. So you can't go wrong. You also get free access to the Hero course, which is just a wonderful place to learn about all things oils. There's an encyclopedia, which gives a really good what is Natrasorb, what are Epsom salts, what is foam boost. So it gives like really good information there. There's an essential oils. It's just called essential oils. And that's just a really basic, like you learn blending factors and all those kinds of things. And then you get access to the 3rd section of the Hero course, which ties into your monthly recipe box. And so there's a really nice recipe box highlight up on top. It goes into details about what are the extras in your box? What are the oils in your box? How do I make the recipes in my box? So if you don't catch Katie's live on how to make the recipes in your box, you can go to the Hero course and you can watch every video on how to make the recipes. I've seen in the Facebook group some people with stacks of boxes. There was one lady, I think she had 26 unopened recipe boxes, and she was really nervous because she didn't know how to make the recipes. She was really nervous about starting to try DIYs, and everyone in the community was so great and so helpful. They were sending her links to YouTube videos that we have, but also the Hero course. The Hero course is great for, I will tell you, it gets updated every year. So if you have a recipe box that's older than 12 months ago, you'll have to find those recipes on YouTube. But we don't take them down, they're still there. But the Hero course is great for recipe boxes. This is a wonderful subscription, teaches you so much, hundreds of dollars worth of information, It's put together by aromatherapists here at the office. Katie is amazing. So if you're not subscribed to our monthly recipe box, hands down the coolest way to learn all natural DIYs. I'm a little bit partial, but also we won the USA Today Awards, so not just me. um, there was something else I was going to mention. The Hero Kit has come out, so look up the gift giving Hero Kit if you want to make more bath salts. Those are in there. And I feel like there was something else, another product launch that I was going to tell you about, and now I can't remember. So if it comes to mind, I will let you know. So today we're making Still Waters bath salts. This is a sample that was already done up. So I'll show you that nice and close. Hopefully my camera's focusing. Looks like it is. So that's what that looks like. Before I open the box, I'm going to talk about Natrazorb. We're going to do a little bit of a science experiment because it's important to understand why we use Natrazorb in this recipe. A lot of people are kind of tempted because it's powder at the bottom. It's not quite as pretty, right? It would be prettier without it. So a lot of people are like, we probably don't need that, right? So they leave it out. Not great. Natrazorb is a fabulous product that we have. Natrazorb bath powder. It even comes with a recipe on it. This is what I love about Simply Earth. We give you recipes for everything, all over the place. They're on our website, they're on YouTube. In our ads, we give away free recipes. It's amazing. So this product has a recipe right on it. Natrazorb is it's a tapioca starch, but not the tapioca starch you cook with. It's a little bit different. It's formulated a little bit differently. So what it does is it disperses essential oils in the water. So I have two. These are miniature bathtubs. We're going to pretend. I've got littles at home. We play pretend a lot. So we're going to pretend that these are little bathtubs or those like fairy terrarium things or whatever that my kids are all into making. Okay. So this is German chamomile. It's not in the DIY kit. I just picked it because it's got a lot of color. So hopefully you can see. Of course, this isn't going to drop out on me because it's alive. It did it earlier. Here. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, and you're not going to be able to see it because of my shirt. Okay. You can kind of see that glob there. See how the oil, high school science class, right? Water and oils don't mix. So it just kind of sits there on top. So if this were in your bathtub, you'd have just like a random drop of oil floating on the surface of the water. Or you mix the same 2 drops of oil with Natrazorb. And you want your Natrazorb to still be powdery. So some of our recipes, you'll have like a carrier oil that you're mixing with the oils and then the Natrazorb. This Natrazorb, when you're done mixing whatever oils, whether it's essential oils or carrier oils, it should be powdery still. If it's not powdery because you have more essential oils or more carrier oils, or like vegetable glycerin sometimes we'll put in here, or Castile soap if you're trying to make like a bubble bath powder kind of a thing, or fizzy bath powder. So just add more Natrazorb until it becomes powdery. You can kind of see that it's still powdery. So when you add that to your water, I need a third hand. Yep, I'm gonna have to hang on a second. You add that to your water. And I don't have a tub faucet to agitate this, so we're gonna use a spoon. It helps the essential oils disperse more evenly in the water. They are sometimes still a little bit more on the surface, but you see, I don't know that you're going to be able to see how tiny that is. There's some bigger drops, but what the camera is not catching super well. I don't want to dump water all over my laptop. There are like super, super tiny little dots in here. And they're actually super tiny little dots in the water as well. So the Natrasorb helps more evenly disperse the essential oils into the water. And it also gives a really nice silkiness to your bath. So these are So rather than have big things, big globs of oils in your water, it can be more evenly dispersed, which is more gentle on your skin, especially if you've got little kids or if you have sensitive skin. You really want to make sure that that oil is more evenly dispersed through all of your tub water. And like I said, it makes it nice and silky. So you're actually adding a touch of luxury to your bath, as well as a touch of safety with that Natrasorb. So don't skip it. I know it's tempting because it's not the most gorgeous thing in the world, but it's very important both for safety and for pampering. All right, now without further ado, let's open this box together. DIY still waters baths. Does anyone have questions? I'm going to do questions quick before we get too hard. All right, packaging and our Natrasorb. We also have 2 packets of rose petals. Nice big packet of lavender buds. We have pink Himalayan sea salt. Pink Himalayan salt and mineral sea salt. We've got our 10 test tubes and I love these little boxes, don't you? They're super fun. We have our new bath tea bags. They're pretty cool. The recipe card, so you know exactly what you're doing. Labels. And your 2 oils. This DIY kit has Tranquility and Pomos. We're going to set that there. All right, so step 1. In a small bowl, mix the Natrasorb bath powder with your essential oils until fully combined. This helps the oils safely and evenly disperse in water. So I have a small bowl. You need, it says a 1/4 cup or 0.25 ounces of Natrasorb bath powder. And look at this. It's 0.25. So they gave you the exact amount. We gave you the exact amount. Katie does such a great job building these DIY kits. They're incredible. I have not had one yet that I did not like. And then you run into the problem of not being able to open it because you're being careful not to make a powdery mess all over. Do you like my display this time, you guys? Last time it was just like a weird kitchen counter board. Jenna, our videographer and photographer here at Simply Earth, did a beautiful job with my display table for all of you. She came in, she's like, your live is in half an hour, isn't it? I said, yeah. She goes, hang on, go run downstairs and get something. And she comes back up, cutting board, rose petals. She's got these, you can't really see them super well. She's got lavender for me. She's got this cool like burlap table runner. She made it all pretty. She does all of our stylized photos and videos that you see on our website and in our ads. She's truly talented. And she's very kind. All right, so there's our Natrasorb. 15 drops of Tranquility Essential Oil Blend. And 15 drops of Mars. 16. So this is what that looks like. And see, as I mix it, the oils kind of just disappear in there. Can't even really tell the oils are in there, but that's okay. We know that they're there. And the other thing too, whenever you're making bath recipes, you'll notice that they're formulated with a lot less essential oils than something like a candle or a lotion bar. That's because, one, your bathtub is an enclosed space. Like typically when you take a bath, you draw the curtain, unless you have like a bath separate from your shower. But even so, you probably close your bathroom door. So it's an enclosed space, as opposed to diffusing oils in an open space. So enclosed space, and then also the steam from the tub acts kind of like a giant personal diffuser in a way. So we're very careful when we formulate recipes to be mindful of the steam effect as well as being in an enclosed space. So you'll notice that bath recipes tend to have a lower dilution rate for essential oils, just for safety. All right, next up, you're going to fill your test tubes. I am very blessed. At the office, we have one of these. So I'm going to be slightly cheating a bit and using a test tube filler. But when I did one of these at home, I just used a coffee mug and it worked fine. So it even has these little things to hold the caps. I'm so blessed. I don't know where they ordered this thing from. Probably Amazon would be my guess. Well, sometimes it holds the caps, not always. All right. So you need a half a teaspoon of your Natrazor powder. And for the sake of this live, I am just going to show you 6. There are 10 in here. I can show you. But for the sake of the live, for the sake of respecting your time, I'm just going to show you 6. Okay. It is a little bit messy. It's okay. All right. So there's that. Then you're going to do a tablespoon of pink Himalayan sea salt, a tablespoon of mineral sea salt, a tablespoon of rose petals, and a tablespoon of lavender buds. You're going to layer the ingredients for this beautiful striped effect in here. So you see the different layers. And you can do it in whatever layer order that you want. So it doesn't matter. I'm probably going to do, I think lavender next might look nice. White and then lavender. At home, I experimented with mixing the lavender with the Natrazor. And it looked okay. Wasn't the coolest looking room, but it looks okay. So if you have a funnel at home, that would probably make this easier. Otherwise, you can just do what my grandma used to do and make a funnel out of your hand and just kind of pour it in that way, and it works fine. All right, we had the discussion earlier of whether or not to play Christmas music before or after Thanksgiving. So tell me your favorite Christmas song. Although now I'm wondering if I should save that for the December live. I don't know. We talked about Thanksgiving traditions, and I got one. So maybe tell me Thanksgiving traditions. We'll save Christmas songs for December. Then we can sing them together. You don't want to hear me sing. Katie is a good singer. She's a great singer. We were having fun the other night. I was making cold processed soaps. And she was singing from Fiddler on the Roof. Soap maker, make me some soaps. It was really funny. She's a very good singer. All right, so there's that. Now I'm going to do white mineral sea salt. I think that would look really nice. I am not seeing, okay, if you guys are commenting, I'm not getting any new comments. I don't know if there's a lag happening. So I hope that you guys are still able to see me. Oh, hang on. When I'm behind my desk for too long, the motion sensor on that side of the room thinks I've left. And so it shuts off all my lights on me. Oh no. We're not alone. Oh no. Messy. It's a good mess. Thank goodness I have a coworker who's on, and she says that the video is going smoothly. So that's good. We're busy watching you. That's so funny. In some context, that could sound really creepy. But this is okay. Oh, funny. I'm glad I'm entertaining. You're left speechless or without words, enraptured. Oh. All right, so lavender, mineral salts. Notice I put them back in the bag because I'm super forgetful, and even though I'm doing this in real time, I would forget what I put in here. All right, so the rose petals are a little bit funky because they're actual rose petals. They're not like factory made. So you'll probably end up tearing them a little bit to make them fit. Because if you try to shove whole rose petals in there, and that's another thing, I also would not put the rose petals on the bottom. I did that on one of my tests at home, and then I couldn't get them to come out. You need the weight of one of the salts, if not both, to push the rose petals out when you shake it. I ended up sticking a chopstick in the bottom to try and get the roses out of the test tube. So obviously this is not going to be a measured tablespoon. You're just kind of going by look. Oh, lavender was about that much. The white salt, the mineral salt was about that much. So roses will be about this much. It's hard to measure while you're tearing them. So that looks about even. There might be a few more rows in there. All right. The roses add just a really nice color. One tip I would say when you gift these to people or you use them yourself, it's good to have one of those like kitchen strainer things um, to get the rose petals and lavender buds out of your bath water before you drain the tub. It is a little bit extra work, and for most people, it doesn't really matter. But if you live in an old farmhouse, it could clog your pipes if they're older pipes. So just something to be aware of. Like I said, most drains handle it fine. Most pipes are fine with it, especially because we're tearing them up. But just to be on the safe side, I like to recommend that to people because you'd hate to give someone a gift like this and then have plumbing issues afterwards. I also like to give people like a tea bag if they drink tea or a hot cocoa packet. Typically, people have a million mugs in their house, so I don't typically do mugs. But tea or hot cocoa is a nice, inexpensive gift. But it's just another way for them to relax in the bath, make themselves a hot cup of tea or hot cocoa. Decaf coffee, probably. Most people don't take baths in the morning, do they? I take baths at night after my kiddos are in bed. Otherwise, it's Mom, 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 when are you coming out? Mom, are you gonna read us a bedtime book? It's not relaxing. There's a good question while I fill these. How many kids do you have, if you have any? It's okay if you don't. Um, we didn't struggle getting pregnant with our first, but Luke and I seriously talked a lot about, do we have kids of our own? Do we adopt? Do we just take super good care of nieces and nephews? Like, we really thought and prayed a lot about what God wanted us to do for kids. We're very blessed with our kids. We love them. Definitely what God called us to. But there are a lot of kids in the world who need parents, foster kids especially, need good, loving homes. Three fur babies. 3 teenagers. 1 14-year-old. Very nice. 3 teenagers. Boys or girls? If those are 3 teen boys, man, your grocery bill must be through the roof. And 3 fur babies. The family that I stay with, the couple that I stay with when I come here to work, they have 6 fur babies, 3 cats and 3 dogs. It is a very they went out the other night and I was home with the animals and they got home and I said, "You have some very loud puppies and some very mischievous cats." They were up on the countertop trying to eat snacks from the dirty dishes. They were getting into like game bags that they thought must have been grocery bags or something. Highly entertaining. All right. There we go. All right. I have to vacuum my office before I leave. Making a mess. 2 girls and 1 boy. All right, well, probably still a decent grocery bill, but not as bad as 3 teen boys. My mother-in-law raised 4 boys and 2 girls, and she used to talk about how crazy their grocery bill was when all 4 of those boys were in their teens. Wow! Of course, they're all super active. Sorry, I hope that tapping isn't annoying. If it is, just put me on mute. The other reason I use my hand and not a funnel is because when I did these at home and I used a funnel, the funnel only goes, like, once it gets to about here, then you can't put more stuff in it. So I just found it was easier to use my hand. We really like recipes around here that do not require a bunch of weird fancy equipment. We like being able to just use stuff that you've got around your house. Because DIY should not be a hassle. It should be fun and easy. That should be our slogan. That was good. Somebody write that down. Two cats and 2 dogs as well in my 5-room house. That is a small house. With or without a basement. 5-room house. Yeah, if you don't have a basement, that would be tiny. What is everyone's favorite DIY recipe you made this week? Or this month, I guess. I haven't seen you in a month. What is your favorite thing that you've made? Could be from the recipe box. Could be from a DIY kit. Could be from one of our hero kits. Could be something you just saw online. Like one of our recipe for me pages or YouTube. Could be a recipe that you saw someone post in the group, a recipe that they made. Could be a recipe you formulated yourself. What is your favorite recipe that you've made in the last month? All right, so we've got these all filled. We're going to put caps on them. And then we're going to label them. And now I'm going to clean up my mess. I love most all recipes I make. I made several from Katie. Body butter was your favorite. Good. The future bodes well for you. And that's all I'm going to say about body butters. All right, so there's those 6. And like I said, there's still 4 more in this box. I'm just not showing them to you for sake of time. And when you label it, probably best not to cover up one whole section. I like to kind of do like half one section, half another. So like that's a pretty good spot to put it. I suppose that was kind of far away. You probably couldn't see what I was talking about. Okay. Rather than cover up like the whole section of roses, I try to do it like half on the roses and half on the mineral salts so that it still looks nice and pretty. And I love how it has all of the ingredients right there on the label so that when we gift it to our family and friends, coworkers, they know exactly what's in it. I think that's fabulous. Oh no, this is the one Jenna warned me. One of them stuck. So that must be the one that sticks. So there, those are all labeled. I'm just going to show you one because you kind of get the idea of how this works. When they come, they're loose like this, so be careful not to pull it all the way out one side. And then you're just going to like wrap it around and then tie it. I don't recommend double knotting it because it's really hard to get off then. But this is, if you're able to, you can put a nice little bow in there. That's what it looks like when you're done. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that such a really nice gift for somebody? Show you the back. Isn't that cool? I like it. I think it's really beautiful. So that is our still waters bath salt recipe. And on the back is a QR code too. So it's got more info for you. So I hope this video was educational and entertaining. I hope you learned a lot. I'll hang out for just a minute here. If anyone has any questions, I'll hang out for a sec to answer them. Because I know there was quite a bit of a lag last time. So I want to make sure I catch any questions that anyone has. We have this DIY kit for this month. We have the gift giving hero kit. The gift giving hero kit, you can make 122 plus, because there are a few extra ingredients in the kit. So 122 different products. There's lip balms, there's solid lotion bars, there's candles. I forget, there's 7 recipes total, but you get enough ingredients to make 12 separate gift baskets. So rather than going to the store and hunting down and trying to pick out 12 gifts for people, you can make these 12 gift baskets, and they're fantastic. They're all natural. It's really nice. You could write out directions for the bath salts and put them in the muslin bag. You could, indeed. That's a great idea. There are directions. Yep. Number 4, to use. Pour the entire contents of 1 test tube into a muslin bag. Drop the bag into a warm bath. Swirl the water to help dissolve the salts and disperse the essential oils. Soak for 20 to 30 minutes to relax your body and calm your mind. So you could just write that right on, like a 3x5 card would fit in there, like an index card, and then fold it in half. That would work. It's my plan anyways. Go for it. I think it's a great plan. All right. I don't see any other questions, so I think we're good. Otherwise, as always, we're available in the Facebook group, and you are more than welcome to message in there. You can even tag Teacher Tessa, and I will do my best to get to you as soon as possible. We have had a very full week filming new product launches and new recipe box things. So I apologize if any of you have taken me in the Facebook group this week. I'm very behind. My goal is to get in there on Monday. But we have lots of exciting stuff for you. So like I said, if you're not subscribed, you need to get that recipe box because we've got some pretty cool stuff coming. And if you don't have it already. Still Waters bath salt kit. It's really nice. I like that I can make 10 of these and give away 9 and keep one for myself. All right, with that, I will say goodbye. Thank you everyone for joining me. It was super fun. Have a great rest of your day and a fabulous Thanksgiving. And I'll see you again in December.